play it by ear. You be intuitive. Don't just slap something up in the tree and walk away. Be thoughtful, be prayerful, and ask that you receive a hive, and nature will provide. I mean, that's how God works, and that's what happens every day in nature. So we just need to be able to plug into those natural systems. You're not doing anything that's not happening all around you every single day. You're just relocating it to a new spot. Oh yeah, I see ya. So cool. So cool. Isn't that cool? Okay, it's been a few hours now, and this is a good indicator that they are happy where they're at. You see them coming and going. You'll see them flying right past me and up over the canopy. You know you're on the right path when resources begin to align themselves in front of you. Hey, Jamin here. Just wanted to defuse a common myth that I hear a lot. A lot of people say that you can't catch a swarm unless you have a hive trap. And a lot of people ask me all the time, well, what do I do while you guys are building my hive trap, while we are waiting on shipment? So here's a quick tip on something that you can do to catch a swarm while you're waiting for your trap. Very simple. So I've just got my my actual hive elevated about 4 feet off the ground. All I'm gonna go ahead and do is open it up. Then I'm gonna pull out just a couple frames, and so I can get my hands in here. And I'm going to drop in what's called a lure. This is lemongrass essential oil, and these vials, you can leave one open or you can close them up. Placed in the hive will actually attract the bees, and I'll explain a little bit about why here in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I got a good opening. All right, and I'm gonna take I don't want the full cavity open because that may be a bit much for a swarm to adapt to right off the bat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames, and I'm going to take out my divider here, and I'm going to place that back in. Now what that's going to do is it's going to, where my scent is, it's going to create a nice cavity here that's easily maintained by the hive, by the new swarm that's going to be coming in. Then I'm going to go ahead and place these back in here. And just for the sake of redundancy, I'll drop one more lure on this side here as well. And I'll open up the other door. What that's going to do is it's going to give them an invitation to come and explore and realize that they can expand down the road. At Beehive, we do insulated horizontal hives for our bees. This one here is empty. I just caught a hive on another acreage, about a 16-acre property about 45 minutes from here. I'm going to be taking and putting into here. And we teach families how to catch bees for free in their local area and then move them into insulated hives that are more natural. There's no sugar feed, there's no synthetics, there's no pesticides, there's nothing like that. I believe that every family should have not only access to, but own the source of their food, their water, their shelter, their energy, and surplus as well. So we call these the 4 pillars: food, water, shelter, surplus. So that's what I do. I help families achieve self-sufficiency at different levels, and we do this all the way from the backyard to the off-grid community. I'm on my way now to the property where we've got the hive trap up in the tree. I'm flying solo on this one, so I'm just gonna use I forgot my ladder too, so I'm just gonna use a really big tree branch to climb up there into the tree. Okay, made it back out to the land. I am just gonna peek at this and see if they're outside. Crossing my fingers that they're not, so I can just close the door, put it in the back of the car, and take it back. Oh yeah, I see our hives are already going. Which tells me that these guys probably are too. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm not seeing any activity in the hive trap, but I am seeing both of these colonies buzzing around. It is a smaller colony, so could just be later into the day that they'll start floating around, or they could have already left. Maybe it wasn't a full catch of the swarm. Maybe the 24 bees I saw all going in and out of the center were multiple scout bees. There's tons of things that it could have been. So I need to look in there and make sure that the bees are still in there, but I don't have a suit. So I'm just gonna kind of peek in the door and hope they don't sting me in the face. And then I'm gonna close that door if they're in there, and we'll take them home. Okay, I crawled up here and I'm gonna take them down. That'll get them buzzing if they are in there, and I'll be able to hear them through the wall. If I take it down and there's no bees, I'm gonna move it to Lulu's garden. We're gonna put it up in the forest there, because this has been here 2 seasons now, and this is the first time that I thought I caught a swarm in this trap. This trap has been in this spot for 2 years, and so, well, yeah, roughly 2 years, maybe a little bit longer than that. So if it hasn't caught one by now, it probably won't. So we're just gonna relocate it. There's a good chance that there's a lot of swarming bees out here. So for today, well, I might just do some brainstorming. I'll be back with like 4 traps here soon, and we'll put up some more. But for now, I think this one's gonna head home. That was an adventure. It's a good thing I didn't catch that on camera. That would have been embarrassing. All right. You can see my leveling shims and sticks in there, and my strap here. Just important to make sure that it's plumb when you put a trap in a tree. So I'm just gonna take all this down. We're gonna tote this back to the car. Actually, let's go ahead and open it up right here. What a bummer. Well, you win some, you lose some. I gotta go look at my successful colonies to make me feel better now. Both are doing well. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the trap home, and we're gonna set it up again. As simple as that. All right, couple quick pointers here. If you're doing this yourself, you'll want to leave the trap there. There's no reason for you to take the trap down. Especially since bees were investigating it. Scout bees had foraged it. For all I know, they've already gone back and told their family, and right now, I just took the trap down. they're going to come back right after I leave. So it's always a good idea to leave the traps that you see any bee activity around at all. For my purposes, I need this trap at Lulu's garden, and so I'm going to take it 45 minutes north of here, and we're just going to leave it. So I will be back again with more traps, and we'll put them back up in the same trees because there was activity there. And usually that's a good sign. You usually, if a beekeeper sees activity in a tree around a trap, you don't touch it. So just want to point that out to you. Now, another aspect of this whole situation here is I could have boosted up the productivity and the success rate by adding propolis. If you have propolis from another hive, just get some of that and smear it on the inside of the trap. That'll say to other bees that it's been a successful hive before. It'll emit that scent, and then they are attracted to not only the propolis scent but also the lemongrass essential oil scent, and that'll both lure them in there and allow those scout bees to find it by scent. Then once they've found it and they inspect it and they like it, then they'll take it from there. But just keep in mind that that's all very possible, and you know, play it by ear. You be intuitive. Don't just slap something up in the tree and walk away. You know, be thoughtful, be prayerful, and ask that you receive a hive, and nature will provide. I mean, that's how God works, and that's what happens every day in nature. So we just need to be able to plug into those natural systems. You're not doing anything that's not happening all around you every single day. You're just relocating it to a new spot. Hey folks, on my way to Arizona. Gonna be touring a little food forest, visiting some good families out here that we're working with, and learning a little bit more about the desert climate. We'll be adding some segments of what I'm doing out here to the Desert Climate Permaculture series, so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, check out this view. Beautiful hillside. Gonna see the sunrise coming over that mountain there in just a minute. It's something like 5:30 in the morning. Yep, that's a 5:30 yawn. Gonna be good. You know, I think Vegas is the epitome of concrete oceans. Man-made concrete oceans. Just surrounded by rock and desert. They planted a massive concrete ocean. It's crazy. That's pretty cool. Okay, good morning. We're here at the shop. I'm about to go check out all the hives. Cross your fingers, they're done. It's gonna look good. Hey guys, I'm here in the wood shop. I just wanted to show you how beautiful these traps are coming out. So we're ready. I'm here now to pick them up, and we're gonna get them out to Wyoming to do the assembly. Okay, all loaded up with the new traps and frames and hives. Got everything all at once, don't have to come back for them, so that's super cool. And I'm gonna be headed out now to Wyoming, and we'll show you some more updates of what these look like from there. This is super cool. There you go.
Jeez. Do another one. That's for pursed.
All right, ready? Go. All right. Hey guys, we're here at the.
They're live.
Okay, one more.
Thought you were doing a photo.
Hey guys, we're here in Wyoming at the shop and hanging out at the hub. This is my dad, Frank, helping out with the hives today. he is going to be running through assembly and getting all this squared away with me, and I'm going to be having done a really fun, tedious job of wiring while he slaps together the boxes. Almost done. I just wanted to give you a little update, let you know that things are moving along, so stay tuned. Okay, we got 17 traps loaded up. There's actually one more in the garage here. Got a load in throw right here. I just wanted to give you a quick update that this is coming along. Oh, there it is now. The last trap. And we're done. Okay, from here on, we're gonna go and do the drop for these beehive traps, or hive swarm traps out in Idaho. And then we'll be coming on back down to assemble the 6 beehives that are being delivered in Salt Lake Valley. A lot of running around this weekend over Mother's Day. So shout out to all you moms that are. Check this out. We got 17 hive traps loaded up, all ready to go. Hives will be painted, primed first and then painted, and especially on these seams in the long term, we're actually getting away from this model. We're going to go into an even better model that's going to eliminate this seam completely, and then when we come back through, we'll be able to slap it together in less time as well. So very, very exciting. So they already sowed this field.
Moist, only just under the cracked surface.
Yeah, so you'll have the top sections all dry, dust,
down below.
and then we got some good ground underneath. That is so crazy to me to see this massive field of bare soil. So we were talking on the drive in here how I was reading the study back when I first started getting into permaculture, how 90% of all water sprayed on an open soil is evaporated off. If 90, maybe let's say even 80% is evaporated off of this soil, imagine how much groundwater they're just wasting putting on all of this when we use large-scale agricultural systems. So instead, we can do agroforestry. We still grow corn, we can still grow grains, we can still do all the things we do, but instead of evaporating off 80% of the water, we swap the equation around. We have 2 inches of living ground covers that are also harvestable herbs, or we have 2 inches of mulch in an agroforestry system. We can still run a combine down the rows to be able to harvest grains and corns, and 80% of the water is retained. It flips the equation. So just things to think about, because this is awesome to see. It's beautiful, but man, look at these Idaho fields. Just soil as far as you can see. Crazy. Okay, all the traps for delivery are built. We're now moving on to the hives. So we'll be doing the boxes here next, and be done. You know, sometimes there's all these delays and random miscellaneous things that hold up what I'm trying to do, all the efforts we put forward, and people tell me they're not sure what to believe sometimes. And I just want to show you an example of what that looks like, the routine circumstances are that I deal with in this work that I'm doing and trying to help families achieve self-sufficiency. So many things occur that are just out of our control. I just got to do what I got to do and roll with it. But you know, it's a hard reality when people are told, hey, it's going to be a little longer, over and over and over again. But, you know, I mean, it is what it is. It's crazy. It's crazy.
We just want to make sure that you knew that we were coming.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a phone. It's not food. Sorry. Well, there they are. I just got back from my trip out west, and they're here checking out the hive I scented with lure before I left. And this, I do not know if it's fresh or if this is the first time they've ever seen it, but they're all over. They're enjoying that. Checking out the view, making sure that the wife's gonna approve of the porch. Well, I guess they're all girls, so. Bees are awesome. I also just got back and found a whole bunch in the trap too. They're going back and forth. It looks like surveying the whole area. Maybe they can't choose between the trap and the hive. You know how couples are sometimes. If you're gonna bring the whole family, it needs to be perfect. But that leads me to believe that maybe there's a swarm in the trees here somewhere, and I went and walked around and looked for them, and I didn't see any. So, I'm gonna do some more looking. Maybe I can find them and we can just put them right into the box or the trap. And I'm not close enough yet to see that. I'm still running some chores here, but I'm super excited. Look, definitely looks like they want to be there. And the trap here as well, same thing. No way, they chose the hive. That's so cool. So they're no longer over here at the trap. They don't want it, but they are all over the hive. Holy crap. That is a massive, massive swarm. That is almost intimidating how many bees there are. Oh my gosh. Holy crap.
Can you get another swarm trap out here?
That is insane.
People coming to the hive.
They went straight to the beehive.
Oh my gosh.
How cool is that? I'm so glad I did the video on how to bait your hive before I left. That is incredible. Holy cow. Amazing. That is amazing.
Did you point up yet?
Wow. What?
You don't see that?
What?
There's so many.
Holy cow.
Isn't that
Wow. Wow.
Chicky cry right now?
So I just got back to the shop, and I was thinking to myself how cool it was that I had all these beehives that we just cranked out, and we're really excited, thinking, man, we're gonna be able to just really help out and get a lot of people hives. What I didn't expect was God followed me home. Look at this. My beehive that I left at Lulu's garden has a massive swarm this morning, moving into it as we speak. You can hear them buzzing so loud. I don't know if the camera can pick that up. They're all over the place. There's got to be 80,000 bees here, easy. All swarming and moving right into the hive. Earlier, they were investigating the trap, deciding if they wanted to move into the trap or the hive. And they saved me a lot of work because they chose the hive. How freaking amazing is that? Oh God, that's good. That is great. That is so great. The whole swarm just moved in. That's really quite incredible to be able to catch it like this in this moment. What a beautiful thing to behold. So I got Rizzy and the little guys here watching with me. I called my good friend Michael, and he's gonna run over here and check it out with me. We're just gonna watch this happen. How amazing is this? So cool. Lemongrass is the way to go. Oh, there's Michael pulling up right now. Check it out. So cool. So cool. Hey, hey. Isn't that cool?
That's a big swarm.
You should have seen them all over here. They were just going everywhere. Okay, so it looks like they chose the hole on the left, which is the smaller cavity. Me and Michael are talking about how I forgot I left the divider board in the middle there to test and see which side they would prefer, where there's 6 frames on the left, which is the capacity of a regular swarm trap, and the remaining 20 on the other side, remaining of the 20. And it looks like they're all coming out of the bigger hollow and they're going into the smaller cavity, which is mimicking the swarm trap. So that's awesome. Super, super cool. So we'll see how well they adapt and if they like what they found.
I wonder if they already made a ton of comb.
Probably not. Well, that was absolutely fascinating. Super, super fun to watch. They're looking really good now. They're kind of settled down. They chose between the 2 holes. Looks like they wanted the smaller swarm trap sized cavity, and they've left the bigger hollow B. They left that alone. So I got some adjustments to do in here. I'm going to come in and I'm going to close up that second door and move the divider over just a little bit because it was a massive swarm, and I want to make sure that they're comfortable in the place that they actually want to be. I'll give them the day. I'll be 2 days probably before I get to it, just to make sure that they're adapting really well. And then hopefully, as all of this kind of develops over time, I'll be able to catch and kind of go through that mitigating period where we determine how big of a hollow they want right off the bat, because they came into the hive, not the trap. And I kind of confused them a little bit by leaving both doors open. And so I'll just keep an eye on them. I mean, I'm really close to the shop, so I'll be able to just come out here to the garden and check it out and make sure that we move it periodically. But yeah, it is going to be really cool. I'm super glad that happened, that I was able to record it. I hope that you guys learned something from all of this experience and that you have confidence in how simple this is. I've been gone. I didn't do this. I didn't do any of this. Like I prepped it, I leveled it, I got it ready, I scented it, I opened the doors and I hit the road. I've been gone for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks later, this is the results speak for themselves. This one here is actually from our collaborators down south, Dr. Leo, and super, super good guy, amazing family, love what they're doing. They're the ones that turned me onto the model in the first place, and has worked with us over email, going through how fine-tuning our own process and trying to figure this out. They helped our whole community out here through our church. They've just been amazing. So huge shout out to them. And now that we have this improved model, this improved version with thicker ply, heavier duty wood, a longer lifespan on our hives, all maintaining the insulation of the raw sheep's wool, it's going to be really, really cool to be able to watch how they adapt in that hive versus this hive side by side, maybe 10 feet apart or so, and just kind of observe the differences over the season. And I'm really excited with our new model, how that's going to turn out, and hopefully we'll be able to get some over to Dr. Leo and he can try them and do a trial and error with us and just help us fine tune it even further. So maybe we'll do a collaborative webinar with him. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to hear that and learn from an experienced beekeeper. Michael here, our 20-year beekeeper, he's got 26 hives now, all insulated Layens hives just like ours. While I've been traveling and running around teaching, he's been going gung-ho on catching swarms and building his own hives and getting things moving. And so he's got a big apiary coming soon. And I still got some hive traps to throw together. I've got 2 hives in the trailer here. There's 5 more traps in there, and I got the 1 trap here. So we're not done. Swarm season is on the horizon. It's right now. So we're gonna be all about it. And then hopefully by the July, August, we have several swarms and several successful colonies. But God is good. He just followed me home. He sent the hive as soon as I pulled in last night. How incredible is that? So they're all in there now. They're looking happy. And they're gonna hang out for a bit. Give us a good season. Now Rizzy was just making the point, look, the work crew just moved in. And now we got all this we gotta plant out. We're gonna thin back all of the invasive species, the honeysuckle, the poison ivy, and just get really into it. And then we'll be able to plant out our elderberry. We're gonna try and get some apples in here as well. And then hopefully before long, we'll find out if these grapes yield us a good supply later on this season. We've already got some veggies in this bed here and some flowers and hostas and cool pretty flowers or pretty species. We've got our asparagus is coming up, and we got our drip feed for the summer season and to make sure that it's staying moist. Our raspberries are already showing fruit, and the elderberry cutting died at the top, but the root system's strong and it's leafing out again from the base. We got some more elderberry over there. We got some strawberries throughout, and chervil and thyme and just some other miscellaneous cool plants. So now that the work crew's here to pollinate all of this, it's time to flower. It's time to start fruiting. We're gonna be getting a whole bunch of movement in the garden over the next couple of months, and taking advantage of all of this space that we have to teach the locals and to demonstrate permaculture. And if this isn't a demonstration of permaculture, I don't know what is. This moment this morning blew my mind, and how that just, it's one thing when you catch a swarm. It's another thing when you walk out of the shop door and you hear thousands of bees, tens of thousands of them, all humming and moving into their hive that you placed there the day you left, and you come back 2 weeks later to see that happening. Like, that just amazed me, totally amazed me. God is really, really good. And we got some comfrey down here. The Egyptian walking onions are looking great. Super happy about that. And here before long, we'll have honey as one of our yields in this beautiful garden. Our garden bed over here is doing pretty good. The hope was when I built this bed that I would be able to trim this back, give them some more sunlight, because I got things like peppers and tomatoes in here. But I didn't have time to do any of that yet. So I built the bed. I did a hugelkultur model. I threw in the peppers and the tomatoes. Rizzy got a few more things while I was gone, and then we took off. This is a good example of the rain that's been falling since we've been gone, and these mosquito babies all throughout here are going to become fertilizer in this garden bed. Then we got the pile of wood chips here. We got to move around. There's all kinds of cool things happening. I hope it's a vote of confidence for you to just let nature do what nature wants to do, and just do what you feel you're called to. Like, follow that pull that your gut feeling is telling you to take action steps, and just take them, because chances are, if you do that, resources will align themselves. I had an amazing mentor, Rob Avis, and while we were there visiting his property, he walked us out of the passive solar greenhouse, gave us a little tour, and on the way out, he shared a story with us, and he says, you'll know you're on the right path when resources begin to align themselves for you. And as Rob Avis is sharing this with us, standing in his passive solar greenhouse, and I've got this big vision, I'm just looking at it like, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna know what steps to take? Well, I just spent all this time trying so hard to help families with their beekeeping efforts, and to bring this revolution of natural beekeeping into TIAG. And I sacrificed the Mother's Day weekend. I sacrificed time with my family for 2 weeks. There's many things I can't say on camera that we did to make sure that this happened. On my drive home, I'm bringing my hives back that we ordered in excess of the deliveries to make sure we had some here. And this all happens this morning. I walk out and this massive swarm is moving into my hive. This was a huge colony. I mean, that's not a small swarm. So just feeling super blessed, super reflective. And you know, and it was cool to have friends I could call and say, hey, come enjoy this with me. And he was working and he was just happy. He's like, yeah, I'm on my way. So he runs over to see it. It's just really fun to see. And you know, because I've been traveling, I haven't really been able to participate with swarm season. So it was fun to know that the little steps I took before I left yielded something today. And just awesome. It's just awesome. You know, the craziest thing about catching that swarm was that on this side of the road in the forest, there was no sign of bees at all. They were all in the forest, which was totally cool because it's like this private little oasis in there. It doesn't bother the locals. Check it out. We're here at the farmer's market. We do this every Saturday. We'll be here at 8:30 a.m. and I think it runs till about 11 o'clock every day. So check this out. There's got my boys over here, got some natural beekeeping, and then there's a lot of cool vendors with some supplies.